Ravi. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be going over a haul of Black literature that I bought this month in support of Black History Month. So let's get started. Yes, we should be promoting Black history all year, not during just one month, but I really think it's great that we do have Black History Month to just help other people remember what they can do to help support our community and why it's important to support our community. Our community can be supported in many ways, big ways and small ways. One small way I'm trying to help support the community this month is by buying hauls of different things. One of my favorite ways to support the community is by supporting the Black creatives. That's why I bought this haul this month, is to help support some of the Black literary creatives. The haul I have together for you today, I will be sprinkling throughout my reading list throughout the year, and I definitely will be buying a lot more Black literature throughout the year, but for this month, I wanted to make sure I was buying in bulk. So in this haul, I'm going to be going over the books that I bought and sharing with you a little summary about what they're about. Now again, this is a haul of books that I have not read before, so you'll be learning about kind of what they're about with me. All of the literature I got is by contemporary authors, so I'm excited to share with you what I have. Okay, this first set of books is by Toni Morrison. It actually came in a box set, but I am very embarrassed to say I haven't actually read any Toni Morrison before, so I'm really excited to jump into these books. They are The Bluest Eye, Song of Solomon, and Beloved. And these three came in a box set. The Bluest Eye is about a young lady who's experiencing just feelings of colorism, and she really just wants to look different than the way she was naturally born. Beloved is about a young lady who was a former slave and her journey through life. And Song of Solomon is about a young man, and it's a coming-of-age story. So I'm really excited to read these three books by Toni Morrison, not just for the story, but because of the writing. Toni Morrison is supposed to be a really poetic writer, so I'm excited to read not just the story, but the way the story is written. Okay, this next book is by Octavia Butler and is another author that I'm very embarrassed that I haven't read any of yet. This one is Parable of the Sower. You might have heard about this one before. This is on the top of my reading list. So this book low-key scares me. It was written in 1993 when I was born, and it's about the 2020s today. It's a really prophetic book. It's about climate change and crazy presidents, and California being just a entity almost on its own. The young girl, she lives in California, and there's lots of things going on around her in the economic world. It sounds like there's a president who really wants to make America great again. And she also, it mentions on the back that she suffers from hyper empathy. And I also feel like I really just pick up on feelings of the people around me as well. So this book I'm really excited to get to and see how she goes about living her life and what crazy adventures she might go on in the crazy world that she lives in. Sounds really eerie since it's so close to what's going on today. It's really like a prophecy from the past, so I'm excited to jump into this one. Okay, the next book that I'm sharing with you is A Brief History of 7 Killings by Marlon James. This one is a historical fiction based on a night that Bob Marley went through. He was attacked on December 3rd, 1976, 2 days before Bob Marley was about to play the Smile Jamaica concert. 7 gunmen stormed into the singer's house. So this book is about the events that went on there and what Marlon James imagines happened behind the scenes. I'm really excited to get into this one because I really love Bob Marley and the Wailers, and I'm really excited to read some of Marlon James' stuff. This will be the start of that for me. This next book I have is also by Marlon James. It's Black Leopard, Red Wolf. This one has sold its rights to make a movie or a TV show, so I'm really excited to jump into this one. It's a pretty thick novel, so I'm definitely going to pair this with the audiobook if I have a chance. I'm really excited for this because it sounds like it's going to be a really interesting story of a young boy who's gone missing, and a band of different people are put together to go search for him. And all of the people who are put together to search for this young boy all have kind of supernatural kind of powers, and it seems like all of those people who have those supernatural powers, all of those folklore that they came from is like African folklore. So I'm really excited to see what this book is about and get that picture in my mind going before the movie and or show comes out. Okay, this next book is by Sadiqa Johnson. It is The Yellow Wife. The Yellow Wife is about a young girl during slave times who is born a slave, but it seems like the place that she lives is not as bad compared to a lot of other places, and she is led to believe that when she's 18 that she's going to be freed. Little does she know, she's actually onto a bigger, more dangerous adventure in the slave times. And this book is going to be about her trying to just live through slavery and outwit her enslavers. Alright, this next book I have actually started and I'm about halfway through. It is We Cast a Shadow by Maurice Carlos Ruffin. This one is really great. The first chapter is so captivating and draws such an interesting picture. This is not specifically in our world that we live in now. It's kind of like an alternate parallel universe kind of thing. So it follows a man, a businessman, and he's in an interracial relationship with his wife, and they have a child together. His child is born with a birthmark, and the book seems to be on its way talking about the different dangers of if you should change your beauty in different ways. It touches on a lot of colorism and racism throughout this book, and a lot of just stereotypical ways that society sees black people and walking around on the street. It's very interesting so far. It's supposed to be like Get Out style suspenseful, and it is pretty suspenseful. The suspense is slowly building and building and building, and I'm excited to see how it ends. Next one is by Irenison Okoji, and it's Nudibranch, and it is a collection of short stories. They're all supposed to be pretty suspenseful, eerie, dark stories along the lines of Black Mirror. The author said it's along the lines of Black Mirror, where they're shorter stories that aren't specifically connected to each other, but they're all kind of dark and make you think a little bit. So I'm really excited to get to this one. This one is going to be a great one to pick up and put down often, and to read under a dark blanket with a flashlight. So I'm really excited to get to this one because suspense is probably my favorite subject, but sometimes it's really hard for me to get through suspenseful books because I get kind of worried and scared throughout. So I think in the style of short stories, it's going to be really great. This last book I have to share with you is by Isabel Wilkerson. It's The Warmth of Other Suns. This one is an epic story of America's Great Migration. I'm really excited to jump into this one. My family actually was part of the Great Migration that got us over here to California and living here in Southern California. I haven't heard from my family a lot of details on their process of migrating over here. I just know it happened during this time period, but I'm excited to read about other stories of kind of how, why, and what was going on during this time. It's a great reference to history. It's going to be really good to be sharing the knowledge from this book here with other people around you. So I'm really excited to jump into this one. It's a pretty thick one. Isabel Wilkerson also has another book that is supposed to be really good about Black history as well. So after I read this one, I'm probably gonna jump into that one. So those are all the books I got in my haul for this month. I'm excited to add other ones and to read these ones. This is just one small way that I'm celebrating Black History Month. There's many ways you can support, many different creators and creatives you can support, and different ways, big and small, that you can be a part of Black History Month yourself. Tell me down below what books you're interested in reading and picking up for your own library. I'm really excited to jump into these, and if you've read any of them already before, comment down below. Let me know what you think. I want to have a dialogue. I want to have a conversation, so that could be a lot of fun. I will be representing more in different ways throughout the month. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. And again, the time to educate yourself and to be a part of Black history is not just during this month, it's all year long. Thank you. Have a good month.